Hello and welcome back to Project Ozone 3. You can see I've got lots of quests going. Interestingly, you'll also note that there's no sound. Ooh. I don't know why that is. I updated the pack to, it's like 7.75, basically. I don't know the exact version number, 1.75, something like that. And I've lost all my sound. On top of losing all my sound, I'm pretty sure I'm no longer on Titan mode, which, you know what, I'm just going to live with. Just makes everything a little bit easier. Where is an ME controller? That will tell me. There, right there. Yeah, not on Titan mode. I'm on 100% normal mode, which means everything's easy, but that's okay. Because it was never about the difficulty crafting or the craftingness. Right, I've built this. I've built a thing. And when I say I've built a thing, what I've actually done is I've just replaced all of the cyan concrete with this marble block of quartz. This quartz block. Oh, I don't know how I feel about it, but I don't hate it. It's not very cyberpunky because it's a bit clean, but I can't just use cyan for everything. A few other things. You notice when I press E, very pretty things happen in the background. It goes all blurry. Whoa, really like that. That is a mod called Blur or something like that. I've installed a bunch of new mods into this pack. Let's see if I can remember them all. The first one is Xtones, which gives me access to all of these blocks. I thought it might be good because I remember Xtones, or Z-Tones, Xtones is the 1.12 port of Z-Tones, has a whole heap of very kind of sci-fi looking blocks. So I've installed that. I have also installed Little Tiles, which is kind of like Chisel and Bits, but it is better. Well, okay, I haven't used it yet, so I don't know if it's better, but what I will say is I've heard it's a lot better for performance. So the guy who makes Chisel and Bits is really like all about performance. And also it allows you to kind of copy and paste huge amounts. So at the moment with Chisel and Bits, if I want to, for example, put this little detail all the way up here, I have to copy this and paste. I think with Little Tiles, it allows me to kind of copy and paste entire sections. I can pretty much drag and drop a selection bar. There's no limits to how far I can drag things to build with. So I think it's just going to be a little bit better in that regard. I've also installed extra bit manipulation, which allows you to, for example, make Chisel and Bits armor. It has just a whole heap of things in it that makes Chisel and Bitting a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more powerful, so it can pre-make shapes and things for you. So I think that's pretty cool. I also added fairy lights. The fairy lights mod, I've always wanted to play with these. Basically, it allows you to make hanging fairy lights, paper lanterns, things like that. So you can make them hang. They can be rigid, so I'm definitely going to play with that. I've also installed Simply Light, which, as it says, is just some really simple lights. They are very, very easy to make. They're basically glowstone and stone. But you can make these edge lights, and what's really cool with these edge lights is you can put them at the top or bottom of blocks. They've just got big old blocks. They've got slab blocks. They've got panel blocks. They've got like a fixture that'll sit in the middle of the block. They've got little bulbs if you want to hang them up. Just really simple lights, which I really wanted because I didn't like a lot of the lighting options that we had. At the moment, we're using these Ender IO lights, which are fine. But if I want to, if I wanted to use it in an environment that's a little bit more slummy, I don't have that option. What else have I installed? There are so many new mods. I can't even remember. Oh, that's what I haven't looked at. Was it Carpenter's Block or Architecture Craft? Yes, I've installed Architecture Craft, which is kind of like Carpenter's Block. So you have all of these cool different shapes. So, you can have balustrades and archways and spheres and cylinders and things like that. And it also gives you all of this ability to make stairs or corner stairs or outer corner stairs. And yeah, it just gives you a lot more scope to make interesting builds. So I've installed lots and lots of mods. I've also built this bow. So it's Supremium and Lumium. It's not too bad. It doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but it basically kills mobs in 2 hits. The arrows are supremium, they're unbreakable, and they are made with enderium, so they're supposed to basically effectively teleport to where they're supposed to go. They are very, very quick, so it's effectively like teleporting, but there is drop off. So I've just been running around. I've upgraded this now to unbreakable. I'm just working on this. The glowing enchantment for Lumium does this. So when I'm nearby mobs, it will highlight them for me, and it also makes me invisible. So that's very fun. But the problem is I've upgraded this Supremium arrow. It's gone up 4 levels, or 2 levels, 3 levels, something like that. And this has still only just gone up 1, and I've still got ages to go. So the arrow definitely upgrades quicker than the bow. In this building, I have broken this off a little bit, so we'll go for a little wander. I've put some walls up and things. This was 3 buildings all jammed to one, so I decided to make it one strange looking building. So as you come in, there's going to be an elevator here, because the elevator will take us down to this, which is going to be our automatic sieving station. This is going to be cut out and be a little office space. So you'll come in and this will be your greeting. You'll go into the office. But this is going to be basically our big old processing area. So I have some alloy smelters down here. All of the machines in here have been set up with these ME interfaces, which at the moment are missing channels, which is the first thing we're going to do today. I have my pulverizer set up, and I have 3 redstone furnaces set up. These are all maximally upgraded to enderium level and have all of the maximum augments in them, so they are very, very quick. Have I got anything here that will show you how quick they are? I do not. Is there anything I can cook? Can I cook a rack? No. Okay, so there's nothing I can cook. And the pulverizer is also maximally upgraded. Underneath each of these is just one of these basic thermal energy cells with a spectre coil on it, just for a bit of energy buffer. Round this corner here is our obsidian creator, which is just creating obsidian. And I believe under here is a conduit. Oh, that's right, yeah. Item conduit that goes down into here and goes straight into our system, because I didn't want to add any applied energistics channels to this. So this is slowly going through this. It's actually going through it quite quickly. Oh, that's millibuckets. Anyway, doesn't matter. There's tons, and I can make lava as quick as I would like. This is a little kind of area. I'm going to have a little mezzanine here, and if you come through here, then you come to the empowering station, which I have not yet set up. Right, so if we go back to our storage system, all of these little splotches everywhere, unfortunately, this is the other side effect of having a lumium bow, is that it leaves little glow balls everywhere, which is kind of annoying. Right, so I've been doing some work down here. I have obviously set up our auto crafting. I think I've expanded that and made it a little bit bigger from the last time. So now we have, how many? What have we got? 24 molecular assemblers. Or 20, well, actually, no, we've got 24 interfaces, I believe, with a couple of molecular assemblers attached to each one. Now, a little tip, I can't remember if I talked about this in the last episode, but if you fill, so for example, these patterns, if I filled them all left to right, that would mean that one single set of crafters would be doing all of it, which would mean it would take longer. If you do them down this way, this means this interface, which controls 3 crafters, is doing this and so on. Okay, so it speeds up crafts a little bit, so I would suggest you work vertically like I am here. I've got my pulverizer set up to make all of the crushed quartz, Certus, nether, and fluix dust that I need. Redstone furnaces, I'm just doing, setting up recipes as I go. I've got my growth chamber set up to make all of my perfect, what are they, pure crystals. And I have down here a little bit of a setup for all of the inscribers to make everything I need for the ME system. Now, very quickly, let's just put some stuff away. And I've just been making a whole heap of seeds. Now, this is a bit of a main dense cable. So the stuff from my, where's that coming from? There we go. So this is from my processing building. This goes all the way down under the road to my processing building, and it comes down here and connects onto this cable here. So this is 5 channels, goes into this one, which is just a thin cable that goes to 8 channels, and then this goes all the way down to, meets a fat cable down there, or a dense cable. I thought that would be enough, but we've reached a bit of a problem in that if we come down here, and I've tried to fix this. So the dense cable running from over here, so remember I've got 24, 25, and then everything coming from over in my system over here gives me 30 channels, okay? So as the 30 channels reaches down here, it comes up, and it's at 32 as it hits the ME controller. It's picking up the 32 here, so it's picking up extra channels right here, which I'm guessing is these two from this smart cable. Now the problem that I've got is I need more than 32 channels. I'm a little bit confused by this because it's 32 here but not here, so it's picking up 2 channels from here, which should be enough. It is not enough, right? That's all I'm going to say. So what we're going to use is these P2P tunnels, okay? So if we place one here, and I just need this cable to connect it up. All right, and we get this memory card, and I believe we can clear it. Shift right click on that. Now we have this configuration. So if we then bring this, so the way a P2P tunnel works is, I watched a tutorial on it because I knew it was something that I needed, but I wasn't 100% sure how to do it. The way a P2P tunnel works, right, if I can remember correctly, is if we come down here, where all of my, yes, here, where all of this comes in, and I'm going to slot it right here, should be fine, and then we plonk it there, and then reconnect you up to, oh, so I can only have a smart cable connecting to it, that's fine, and then we connect that. So what this does, the P2P channel, which stands for peer-to-peer, basically it takes whatever is this side of the peer-to-peer channel, which can be up to 32 channels, okay? So I can run 32 channels into this singular thing. Condenses it down into one single channel, as you can see. So I've got 0 channels. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say that this isn't working yet, but I'm not sure why. Oh, no, here we go. That said 4 channels. You saw that. I'm not quite sure why, but I'll check. But basically, it'll take up to 32 channels from this end, condense it down into a single channel. So as it runs through the system, it only takes one single channel. So I can connect it to, I can connect the cable that it's connected to onto any other part of the system, and it will only take a single channel. And then as it comes back through here, it will connect straight into this side of, why does that say unlinked? Oh, did I press the wrong thing? No. Clear it. Link it. Should be 0792. Right, I fixed it. The memory card hadn't copied properly. So now this is it. We can have a look, and we have all of our channels running into here. And that P2P tunnel is connected straight into the side of an ME controller. Now the ME controller can manage 32 channels per side, right? So because it's right into the side, it effectively means that instead of having to figure out the system that I had set up here, which was like all of these cables running into one, all I have to deal with is there is one channel coming from our processing room, coming through here and going straight into the side. So it effectively gives me 32 channels to play with in the processing room. Hopefully that makes sense. This is still getting... Yep, okay, so all of this is updating beautifully. So now what that should mean is everything should be here. My alloy smelters are back. Beautiful. My molecular assemblers are all there. My pulverizer and my redstone furnaces. Right. Wunderbar. So I very much like that. And we're going to use that here as well. I've got a little sign here to remind myself that I'm going to have a peer-to-peer channel running from my auto crafting system, because eventually we're going to run this up to the roof and we're going to set it up here. So there'll be more interfaces here with more molecular assemblers. Not quite sure what happened there. Everything just disappeared. Okay, so that is the plan. Now what I thought today, my original plan, this is a bit interesting. My original plan was I was going to start astral sorcery, which, because I wanted to do some of the more advanced crafting that I needed astral sorcery for. I don't need that anymore, so I'm wondering if I should. Yeah, so I'm just 10-10-10ing some iron seeds here. So let's start by flying out I'm really hoping this has saved my waypoints and journey map. It has not. I'm pretty sure that if we go out this way, we will find ourselves some astral sorcery gubbins. Because we need to find ourselves a rock crystal to start off with astral sorcery. Now, there's many reasons I want to do astral sorcery. One, I've never actually played with it before, so I'm not 100% sure what it can give me, and I've never, I just want to experience it. Here we go. And the other reason is, there's a village here as well. The other reason is that if I do decide to go back to Titan mode, I do need, it says harvestable. Oh, it's all zappy. I wonder what the quest book says about astral sorcery. Now, rather annoyingly, in order to unlock the astral sorcery path in the quest book, I need to complete the pure crystal from Lordcraft. I really don't feel like doing Lordcraft today. Lordcraft is not my fun. I don't begrudge anyone from liking it, astral, but it is not mine. So, do have another idea. Just bear with me for a second. I still haven't solved the audio issue. It just seems like I have no sound for this version, and I'm not really sure why. I've added a P2P tunnel down to my auto crafting area, and it seems to be working very nicely, and that has freed up, as you can see, a lot of channels from this side, so rather good. So as you can see, I have many blocks in here. We're going to do some building today because I've got an idea for an area that I want to work on, a little bit of a slum area, and also another large building. So off camera, I have started to lay out, there's a building that's going to go here, and I've started chiseling and bitting the road down because this is the level I wanted. So this step up is not as high as I guess you would if it was a normal road, but it's high enough to give you the impression. This is going to be an area for blood magic. So this little cobblestone square in the middle is going to be the maximum size of a blood magic altar, which I actually think is kind of insane. I did not think it was that big, but I figure we'll build it for that. So the way that this building is going to go is I'm going to build it up, and then it's going to kind of have this like a diagonal line in it, and then the next layer is going to be kind of smaller again with a diagonal line going the other way, and it'll kind of go up in that way. I also set up a few other things. So obviously these roads are being made out of black concrete, so I set up a little black concrete maker here. So underneath here I have an infinite water source pumping water into this fluid tank, and into this fluid tank nothing is happening. So what's supposed to be happening here is I have an export bus exporting black concrete powder and with a crafting card, and what that should be doing is automatically crafting black concrete powder and then putting it in here. It goes in here and becomes concrete and then gets exported. But it's not working that way, and I've had a pause. All right, I don't know why my computer does that occasionally. I think it's a RAM issue. Where are you? There is still a zombie spawner somewhere around here, and I don't know where. So yes, I must be out of something. I'm guessing if I'm unable to make if I'm unable to make I threw an ender pearl. Yeah, anyway, so that's happening. I've put a no, hang on. I was going to say, the other thing I did is set up a material stonework factory. I put in this, which should just be, pumping out gravel, which it is, but very, very slowly. So I'm out of something. Maybe it's sand, maybe it's gravel. I'm not really sure. So what we're going to do is let's go over to a new area, which I've started just down here, which is a little bit of a slumland. So the way that this is going to work is you have the main road. Our main roads are 7. Look at all the little blobs of lit up stuff that Lumium leaves around the place. Not a fan. So yes, this is our main road, which is 7 wide. And it is going to turn into here, a little narrow road, and on either side we're going to have big high-rise buildings. So what I've set up here is a RF Tools builder. I have predefined the size of it, and I'll show you how to do that actually in a second. All we need to do is make sure it is powered, which we don't have. So you can see that this is going to create a building that looks like this. So we'll turn that off, and into here we will put the stone, and of course it doesn't want to work. Interesting. This is very confusing. There we go. Blip, blip, blip. And we're definitely going to need some more, but I love this thing. And we're out. Okay, that's fine. Fill this back up with stuff. It'll continue building. Et voila. There we go. One building. So the cool thing about this is I don't really mind. The size of the building seems good. So if you picture this, you walk in, and in this initial area, let's just pretend you'll have a staircase that'll go up kind of here-ish, or actually probably a little bit closer to this, to here. That's going to go up. So I have a 2 wide staircase. It's going to go up. This is going to be very low-cost housing for this area, right? So it's going to be thin, small little apartments. I'm hoping that's a good size, because I'm going to make them all that size, is the plan. All right, and all we need to do is take this, take our builder, and place it in the next spot. And the next spot is going to be right here, and we will visualize it. And we want to move it. We want to offset it by this one, 16, I think. Let's try that, see if that helps. Wow, that's really broken. That's apparently broken the support mode, the visualize mode. That would be why. Turn it off and on again. That was the wrong value. All right, and then we have that placed. So our next step is to do the same thing, but we'll go for a different block palette, I guess. I'll tell you what, I really, really love this is obsidian. I really love this, and I really want to build something out of it. I wonder if we could get away with that. I wonder what that would look like in a build. Let's try it out. We have changed the size slightly, so it won't be quite as high. I don't know what that is there. It seems odd to me, but I'm sure I can fix that at some point. And so if we now plug this full of obsidian, yep, I'm going to build a massive section full of obsidian. Power this. It's now getting power. Press the Y button, and build goes. Wow. I love this builder. It'd be so nice to have something like this in survival. Like regular vanilla. Or even something like if you've ever played with Schematica, which is basically you can copy and paste schematics. So you could build something in creative and then copy and paste it and just provide it with the materials into your survival world. I think that would be really helpful. And as long as you've got the materials, it would just make building so much easier. I will say this is very purple. Very purple. Arguably a little bit too purple. Alright, but it gives us our second building. I don't know why. This is one thing that the builder does do, is leave its support blocks around. So we get rid of that. So this is the vibe. Does it put the floor in? I thought I put it one down, but clearly not. Okay. Let's find a new spot. So what we're going to do is, and I'll do most of this, or the rest of this, I should say, probably off camera. Ooh, Well, that's interesting. Is that putting it in the road? That is interesting. Okay. So I need to offset this a little bit. What if we do -14? Negative that and +12. Will that flip it? Almost. Almost. Except I keep doing this. This one should not be negative. This one just needs to stay the same. And bloop. There we go. And then it's not quite where we want it, so we can break this. Plonk it down here. Doop. There we go. Another one right there. And let's make this one wider. So we'll make this one, instead of being 11, we might make it a 13. And we'll make it a little bit higher. 32. Should make it a 35. There we go. So this is going to feel nice and squished in, and these will have some balconies, and we're going to have some fairy lights strung across it. So we'll finish that one off camera, and we'll just put it, and we'll do some design work on them later. Now, the final thing that I wanted to do is kind of build this up and hopefully get this to a point that is good, which may be difficult depending on our concrete production, because I thought it would be okay for concrete. I thought we were making it all automatically, but apparently that's not quite true. So let's go have a look. So we have 2,900 concrete, and I wonder why we're not gravel. We've got plenty of gravel and sand, plenty of sand. So our issue is ink sac. Yes. So we've got plenty of dye. So actually what that means is we need to create a pattern for that. Put that in there, somewhere down here in my mishmash of stuff. I'll put it there. And then what we should find is black concrete production will start going up again. There it goes, ticking its way up. Right, so for this one, I'm going to do this automatically automatically, not with the builder. I'm going to do it manually. I've made an unbreakable wand because it costs 1 nether star, and we get nether stars now from our patient bag. So I have 5 nether stars. So not really a problem for me. And we're going to put this in and chisel this into layers, because that's what we're working with. And we'll look at the height of this. 3 more, 1, 2, 3. And then what I think I'd like to do is go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. I'll just go up there, 2, and there, 1, 2, and then there, 1, 2. There, 1, 2. Just want to see what this rise looks like. Okay, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. And we should be able to make this. Oh no. Damn. Okay, thought that was going to work. There we go. Here's the tower starting to take shape. It's a bit intense. Much bigger than I was planning on making it. I think I might have to figure this out, because I planned on doing like 5 layers of this, but this is huge so far. So this whole thing is kind of 30 something blocks wide. So a big square of 30 by 30 something. And then, so this would go into 29 by 29 and then 28 by 28. So it's going to be really, really tall. And I need to figure out how to make these stand out a little bit more. But that's the basic shape. So that's going to go up quite high. Have a nice little door here. Oh, that was another mod that we added, which was Melissa's doors, which I've not played around with before, but basically allows you to make custom doors with kind of custom animations. I'm so sick of these ghouls. Part of the reason I want to get into astral sorcery is because we can actually run an astral sorcery, what do you want to call it? Like a special thing, an enchantment, I guess, that will stop enemies from spawning. Like it will literally hold them back. We can do the same with blood magic. So this is huge, this thing. Absolutely gargantuan. Basically, this is all going to be hidden behind here. So it's going to be this massive building. This will be sitting in the middle of it. Go away. I'm trying to record a video. Not the episode I set out to record today, but I'll do some Lordcraft off camera and get the pure crystal so we can get into astral sorcery. I'll refine this a little bit. Maybe even the second layer can be a different material. Yeah, that seems really high. So maybe we might have to start this lower, maybe. I'm not really sure. I kind of like it. It's just big. Maybe I'll just go big. Problem with big buildings, though, is I then need to detail them, and that's going to be a challenge for me. But, yeah, until then, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. If you have any ideas for building, please let me know. I've got a few kind of little ideas here and there, but always want to hear suggestions from you. If you are liking the videos I'm making, please subscribe and hit the like button if you like the video. It actually surprisingly helps out quite a bit. Who knew? But thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Cream Puff Plays Project Ozone 3. Bye-bye.